Hi, I'm Catherine, and I'm a channeler of the Druid consciousness. And each week, I have subscribers and followers send in questions for the Druids to answer for them. And so we can all learn from the knowledge that they hold to allow for all of us to have a more aligned life. In this week, the question I received was from Andrea. And she said, "What practices most effectively quiet the overactive mind so that intuitive guidance can rise clearly from beneath it?" So I thought this was a great question because we really need to ensure that we can let our intuition speak, that we can allow it to come forward because our mind plays such a huge part. And our mind has been programmed and told we need to do certain things. We need to follow what others tell us to do or what the norms say. But it's really about letting your intuition lead the way and find out times and ways of when you can really allow that to come through. So that's my 2 cents on it, but let's see what the Druids have to say. Well, we will tell you that for each of you, it will be different because as every person is different, their physical body is different, their soul is different. They need different things based on the energies they're dealing with. But as a collective, we will say that meditation is one of the greatest things to calm an overactive mind because you are allowing for all of that to fall away. You're not letting the mind get involved. You're not letting the mind run and work and jump from here to there. You're really just letting it all come down. And so the importance of that as the first step is key as you are working through all of these things because that will really allow for you to have that ability to know when you need to shut it down. Now, there's other things you can also do. You also know that you can get into that meditative state for many of you through listening to music. Maybe it's walking in nature. Maybe it's sitting under a tree. Maybe it's cooking or gardening or doing something with your hands. But it allows for that brain to say, oh, I'm working on something. I'm doing something. But then it allows for it to be a little bit busy, but then for just everything to come through. Many people will say, I get my best ideas when I'm tinkering in the garage, when I'm outside in the garden, or when I'm just playing with my kids. It's because the mind has begun to shut down. It's allowing for that soul and that intuition to come forward and bring those things to your consciousness in a way that allows you to go, oh, well, that was a very good thought. I enjoyed that. Or that is a key thing maybe I need to look at. Now, it is also about knowing when your intuition is working and when your ego or your mind is maybe pushing it down. And so there are certain things you can do to work with the intuition and the mind or ego to allow for you to decide when is one speaking and one is another. So the first thing we will say, and as Catherine says this many, many times, is at night, write down 3 things that will happen. Allow for that intuition to work. Allow for it to come forward. Make them simple. Make them basic. See that where you are. Feel it in your body, what is coming forward. And don't let the mind say, well, that will never happen. For example, you may write down, a friend from my childhood will reach out tomorrow. And you say, well, I feel that. Yes, I'm sensing that will happen. And the ego goes, that's not going to happen. Don't write that down. You'll get it wrong. There's no way. And so maybe you say, oh, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something else. Then what happens if the childhood friend reaches out the next day? So it is about just writing things down, tapping in, using meditation, connecting in with your soul, connecting in with the heart center and that soul center of you to say, what is it you'd like to know? And for many of you, beginning in that meditative place will really allow for that, to happen in whatever way you get into that mode. But don't question what comes forward. Allow it to come forward, write it down. Now make these things that you don't control. So don't say, I'm going to reach out to a childhood friend, and then you do, because that is not the way this works. But have something that will happen. Maybe you will get to work very quickly. Maybe you will come home and your spouse will have made dinner unexpectedly, or say, hey, let's go just order out tonight. It'll be easier. Whatever it is, make it very simplistic, but something that you don't have a true effect on, but also that is not life shattering either. For those of you with children, it may be that my children will not have an argument tonight. That is something you have no control over, and that it allows for you to see that is that truly the intuition coming forward or not. And so it is really about this understanding that when you can calm the mind, it allows for the soul to speak. It allows for the higher self to come through. And remember that your body is already telling you many of the things that each of you are looking for and wanting. So you will notice that when you have an ache in your knee, you might think, ooh, what is this telling me? Maybe you are too rigid. It may tell you that, oh, I'm noticing that, my feet are starting to ache. And so it's, is it telling you you don't want to move forward? So this intuitive side and the soul can speak through many different ways. It is about you connecting in with what is it? Are you receiving a sign? Are you receiving something that is broken in the mail and you're like, well, it's broken? Well, no, that's okay. It's showing you what is broken maybe in your life. Is it you feel broken within your job? You feel broken within a relationship? Maybe, you keep purchasing things and they come in and they're broken. Well, what do you need to fix? What do you need to do to release that energy out? So these are all things that the intuitive mind is telling you, but it's showing up in different ways. So for each of you, it's about that connection to what is it that I'm looking for? So we will tell you, we will reiterate yet again, meditation is key. Find those things that allow for you to close down, that allow for you to disconnect from the world. That is second. You also need to allow to look beyond to see what is the world telling you? What is coming up? What is your physical body telling you? What is your energy world around you? What is coming to you? What signs are there? What messages are there? Have you seen perhaps an eagle every single day for the past 5 days? Or people keep bringing it up. Oh yeah, I saw this eagle. Or, oh yeah, did you see my new flagpole? Oh, maybe there's an eagle on the top. Oh, did you notice that this was here? Whatever it is, it could be anything. It could be the name of a place. It could be the name of an animal. It could be anything. But repetition shows you that you're not noticing the sign. And so when you notice those things and they're really like, why do I keep seeing cats everywhere? I don't have a cat. I'm allergic to cats. What is it about that? So really dig in. And that's when you can go into that meditative state to really allow for the messages to come forward. But know that it is truly about just you releasing a lot of the programs, the beliefs, the stress, and the worry that every being on this planet has. Because when you can live fearlessly, when you can live truly having faith in knowing that you are trusting your soul, your higher self, to allow for you to live the life you are meant to live, that is when you will find that all will become clear. So practice allowing for your soul and your intuition to be front and forward. Practice on allowing it to come through. For when you do that, you will come to find that it will truly allow for you to say, aha, I know. And you will be able to walk more in alignment to your path and purpose. From my standpoint, the Druids always have a way of simplifying things. And in a way that really allows for us to recognize, oh, it can be this simple. And so, yes, meditation is always key. But as someone who struggled with meditation for many years and quieting my mind, I find that I connect better when I'm doing something, when I'm cooking, when I'm gardening, when I'm taking a yoga class, when I'm doing something that allows for my physical mind to not worry as much, to just calm and to let things flow through. For that really allows for me to have a sense of allowing for things to come forward. And then it also just takes time and practice because the more you continue to work with your intuition, Do those little examples they gave us about, hey, maybe I need to look at this from a certain standpoint. Maybe I need to write down things that will happen tomorrow and see if they do. See if they allow for you to connect in with, aha, that was right. Do you have a friend write down 10 different things on a piece of paper, all individually put them in a hat? And then do you pull it out, don't open it, but say, okay, what is on here? Are you letting your intuition speak to you and tell you what's on that piece of paper? Or does your mind go, okay, well, I know there are 5 things and I've already gotten through 3 of them. So there's 2 left. So it's a 50-50 chance of this. Well, that's not your intuition. That's your logical mind going, I know I can get this right. But you're getting it right through logic. You're not getting it right through your intuition. And so it is truly about doing those things to allow for you to expand into that and trust your intuition, trust what's coming, and allow for you to have faith that this is the direction I should go. That is the direction I should go. And when you do this, it will really allow for you to feel that sense of when a bigger thing does come up, when it's saying, don't turn right, don't turn right. And you're like, but I always turn right. Okay, I'm going to turn left. And maybe you find out that you would have gotten stuck in traffic or behind an accident, or you would have had to turn around and the road was closed. But you don't necessarily know that, but you're just trusting, okay, I'm going to go left. And you go left and you get home and everything is great. Or you do here, oh, you missed a major, road closure, perhaps a water line broke. And so the road was shut down. You're like, oh, thank gosh, I would have had to have gone the other way. So these are things where sometimes we don't know what happens because of it, but it's truly about connecting in with your intuition, finding that alignment, and then allowing for you to have faith that it was the right decision. And that comes with time. It's not going to happen overnight. My journey has been well over 10 years of working through this, but it's just allowing for you to get there. So I hope you have all found a little tidbit of information for you to help you on your own journey to allow for that intuitive guidance to come forward. But if there's other questions, let me know. And if you try any of the examples I gave you, please feel free to message me and let me know how it went. I always love to hear how some of these exercises worked. So with that, if you have any other questions and anything else you would like to submit for a weekly Druid channeling, please also send it over my way. And do make sure that you subscribe if you haven't already, and that you are also hitting that like button so that others can receive, or others can get notice of messages like this, so we can share the ancient Druid wisdom with the world. So thank you and have a beautifully grounded day.